The movie opens in Holly Springs, California, where a teenage girl named Trish is interrupted by her ex-boyfriend Chad as she reaches into her car. They quickly get into a heated exchange, sparked by Chad's disapproval of her outfit. She shuts him down, pointing out that he was the one who cheated first. After dismissing him, Trish heads back inside to join her 3 friends, who are already there. The conversation drifts to her past relationship, but the mood quickly lightens as one friend's favorite song plays, prompting an impromptu dance session. Outside, Chad watches through the window, his gaze fixated on the girls as they dance, caught up in his own desires. Then, he notices movement on the other side of the window. Heading over, he finds himself face to face with Russ Thorne, a killer wielding a power drill. His life ends before he can react. Russ slips into the cabin and targets Kim first, killing her. Unaware of the danger, Trish heads to the kitchen. Trish checks on Kim but instead finds her lifeless body. She rushes to call the police, but the power cuts out. Soon, she encounters Jackie, who appears defeated. Knowing their car is broken down and doubting they have any chance to escape. As they discuss their next move, Jackie drops a shocking confession. She had been with Chad, Trish's ex. Before Trish can process the betrayal, Jackie bolts towards the door, but Russ intercepts her, killing her with his power drill just as she reaches the exit. Russ proceeds to hunt down the last remaining survivor, Trish. He manages to wound her hand with his drill, but she fights back, using a metal can to jam the weapon. Despite her fear, Trish manages to stay one step ahead until Russ corners her again. In a last-ditch effort, she grabs a wooden plank and strikes him, knocking his drill into the nearby lake. With one final blow to his head, she sends him tumbling into the water. A few years later, Trish has settled into family life and now has a daughter, Dana. One day, before Dana heads out, Trish hesitantly reminds her to keep her plans private and not to share their location with anyone. Dana reassures her, then sets off with her friends Maeve, Bea, and Ashley. The beginning of their trip goes smoothly, with no signs of trouble. As Dana arranges her bag in the back seat, a sudden grip on her shoulder startles her, causing all the girls to scream and jump out of the car. They soon discover that the surprise culprit is Alex, Maeve's younger sister, who had been hiding in the car to tag along. After the initial shock, the group agrees to let her join them but sets one ground rule: Alex must stay out of any activities involving drugs. Thrilled by their acceptance, Alex eagerly joins her sister and friends for the trip. Unexpectedly, the girls' car breaks down, and a gas station attendant informs them that there's an issue with the hose. Despite their insistence that the car was recently serviced, he advises them to wait until the following day for repairs. Meanwhile, Maeve and Dana head to the restroom while Bea and Ashley chat with Kay, the store owner, who hands them a key. While in the restroom, Dana hears an unsettling sound coming from a nearby room, a disturbing noise that resembles a drill. She turns back to find Maeve unharmed, though disgusted after accidentally stepping in human waste. The two laugh it off, completely unaware that a mysterious, ominous figure is lurking just behind them, watching in silence. Kay escorts the girls to an isolated spot called Jolie Springs, where they're set to stay for the night. The house has an eerie vibe, sitting all alone with no other buildings in sight. Before leaving, Kay warns them to stay indoors even if they hear any strange noises outside and tells them to text her if anything happens. Once she departs, the girls try to ease the tension by starting a slumber party, with most of them dancing and enjoying the night. However, Alex seems uncomfortable, not quite sharing in the festive mood. As the girls dance inside, the gas station attendant arrives at the house, peering in through the window to see them enjoying their evening. While watching, he suddenly spots Russ, the drill-wielding man, lurking nearby. Panicked, he stammers that he's there to drop off supplies for the girls, reminding Russ that they might need to leave during the night. Feeling down, Alex sneaks out for a walk, not mentioning her absence to the others. As she wanders, she spots a distant house with a man standing outside. She waves at him, but he doesn't respond, leaving her frustrated. On her way back to the rental house, she stumbles upon the lifeless body of the gas station attendant. Horrified, she bolts back to the house, bursting in to tell the others what she's seen. She urgently warns them that something dangerous is happening nearby, reminding them about Russ, the drill-wielding killer from the past. To Alex's shock, she discovers that her friends already know Russ Thorne is still alive. In fact, they have orchestrated this entire setup as a trap to lure him out and finally put an end to his rampage. As the girls discuss their plans, they hear a knock at the door. Bea reassures them that Russ wouldn't bother knocking, so Dana cautiously opens the door. Standing outside are two young men, John and Matt, who explain they're staying at a lake house nearby. The girls invite them inside. Maeve, however, pulls her friends aside, quietly suggesting they should tell the guys about the situation with Russ. Despite John's reluctance, they decide to leave, sensing the strange atmosphere and hidden tension in the room. Back at the lake house, John and Matt return to find one of their friends startled after being hit by a beer bottle. Assuming it was just a prank, he heads out to the backyard to confront whoever he thinks threw it. Instead, he encounters Russ, who attacks him without warning, using his deadly drill to kill him. Unaware of what has just happened, his friends remain inside, oblivious to the danger lurking outside. The girls, realizing Russ will likely go after John and Matt next, decide to head out and help them. Following a faint sound in the distance, they rush over and peer through a window, only to find the men inside, seemingly carefree and playing around with each other. The girls are momentarily relieved, but an unsettling feeling lingers as they know the real threat may be closer than it appears. Dana catches a glimpse of a shadow nearby and warns her friends that Russ is there. Suddenly, the lights go out, plunging them into darkness. In the confusion, Russ kills one of the men, sparking panic. Matt accuses the girls of somehow being responsible, thinking they set up his friend's death. But Dana quickly snaps back, reminding him they came to help. The girls then reveal the truth to the men, that Russ is still alive and far more dangerous than they imagined. We have to do something. Realizing Russ is responsible for everything, the group braces themselves for a showdown. Sean grabs his guitar as a makeshift weapon, while Matt and John tear the legs off furniture to arm themselves. They're chairs for defense. Dana tries to stop John, worried he might not be up to the task, but he brushes her off, determined to join the fight alongside his friends. As they regroup, the girls discuss their next steps. Ashley suggests calling the police, but Dana dismisses the idea, insisting they can't afford to wait for help to arrive. Instead, she rallies them, determined they have the strength and resolve to take down Russ on their own. Hearing Russ nearby, the girls scatter in different directions, leaving Dana alone to face him. As she confronts Russ, he starts up his drill, but it suddenly stalls, giving her a brief chance to fight him with the knife she holds. However, Russ overpowers her, forcing her to abandon the knife and flee. Just then, Sean arrives, wielding his guitar as a weapon to protect her. Despite his brave attempt, Russ overpowers him, fatally striking him with the drill. Dana, horrified, sprints back toward the lake house, desperate for safety. Russ follows what he believes is Dana's blood trail, only to find Ashley in a cabinet. The blood was a fake trail set by the girls. As the lights come on, he's ambushed. Despite their efforts, he overpowers them and goes after Dana. In a last-ditch move, Dana disables his drill with a knife and deals a fatal blow, severing his head. Alex steps in moments later, stomping on Russ's body to make sure he's truly gone. The next morning, John and Matt spot the girls from a distance, noticing Dana stamping on Russ's body. Growing suspicious, they begin to question the girls' motives, with Matt speculating that they might be hostile toward men. The girls head inside to change, leaving Alex outside to keep an eye on things. Still wary despite everything. Russ's death, however, Alex eventually follows them indoors, leaving Russ's body lying on the ground. Inside, Dana asks Ashley if she managed to call the police, but Ashley replies that there's no cell service and the Wi-Fi is down, cutting off their only means of communication. Meanwhile, on the other side, John is still attempting to call the police, frustrated by the lack of a signal. Matt, feeling uneasy about his own scent after the night's events, decides to take a quick shower, but his routine is abruptly and brutally interrupted. Someone stabs him from behind with a knife, leaving him lifeless and slumped on the shower floor. As Ashley repairs the car, the killer who took Matt's life sneaks up and swiftly kills her too. Inside, Dana panics when she notices their weapons are missing, and moments later, they find Russ's body gone. Suddenly, Maeve is attacked with a nail gun, barely dodging the shots. Panic rises as B is fatally struck in the eye by a nail, leaving the survivors horrified. Now fully aware of the relentless new threat they face, Dana, Alex, and Maeve huddle inside the house, hiding from the relentless nail gun shots. Trish arrives unexpectedly and confronts Kay, igniting a fierce fight between the two women. In the final moments, Kay attacks Trish's injured hand, but Trish feels nothing. Dana quickly passes her Russ's broken drill bit, and Trish uses it to stab Kay, ending her life. With the ordeal over, Trish, Dana, Maeve, and Alex embrace, relieved to have survived together. The film ends. For more horror movie recaps, subscribe to our channel, and we will see you in the next one. Have a nice day.